Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Seriously Lazy here, and I'm going to be taking you through a full circuit guide around the circuit of Bahrain. Remember, if you'd like to watch racing content, remember to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get into the hot lap guide. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing this video differently from before. Right, so previously I always screen record my video gameplay first before I record my voice, which means I have countless times to just re-record myself and say the right things, say the best things. But I'm going to be doing today's recording more of an impromptu because I'm just recording myself while I'm doing this gameplay. So hopefully it's going to be more natural and more enjoyable to listen to. Hopefully it's going to be better. And obviously if I say some awkward things or have some awkward pauses, bear with me. Okay, so enough of that dragging. I'm going to be taking you through the hot lap guide over here. So first of all, this first lap that I'm going to be doing, I'm not really going to do an actual lap on this first lap. I'm going to be driving really slowly, cruising around this circuit and telling you the best braking points to take on Bahrain. So for the very first corner, you want to brake just before the 100 meters braking point around over here. Okay, just before the 100 meters braking point on the left, you want to brake over here. Not too late, not too early. If you go in too late, obviously you're gonna scrub off a lot of unnecessary speed. But wait, hold up. Okay, I think I just said something wrongly, but okay, never mind. Basically, if you brake too early, right, you're gonna scrub off a lot of speed unnecessarily. If you go in too late, you're going to compromise your exit from the corner, and that's very important. So remember to brake around this ideal point. Depending on your car, your braking point is gonna differ slightly, but this is my preferred braking point, so that is something for you to take note of for the first corner. So how do you turn in on the first corner? Okay, on F1 Mobile Racing, the good thing is you can confidently ride the curb without worrying about losing control, losing traction of your car. So you want to cut the corner at the apex. Sorry, I mean you're not supposed to cut the corner, but you're supposed to hit the apex and ride the curb comfortably. Don't have to worry about that because it won't make you lose control of your car. Okay, and then through here, just hit the apex and exit at the edge. Okay, on the curb. And obviously, I don't think there's much explanation needed for this DRS straight, but the next corner is very important. So what you want to do on this next corner is to brake at when the curb starts. Okay, I should reverse a little bit to show you. You should brake when this red curb starts. Okay, you really don't want to brake in too late because in this corner it's very easy to get a bad exit when you brake too late. That is one of the mistakes I used to make a lot, but I realized if you brake around here at this red curb, you can get a very good exit out this corner, and that would give you the slingshot effect. You may brake later, you may brake more early, which makes you lose a little bit of speed in the entry, but you can get a much better exit, and that is very crucial. So the way you want to turn into this corner is, as usual, hit the apex, okay, and accelerate, exiting out on the curb. Okay, just ride the curb confidently. Through this chicane, if your car is sufficiently upgraded, I would say more than 1000 rating, you can confidently just drive through this chicane flat out, okay, riding the curbs, making full use of the limits of the track. But if you feel like your car isn't fully upgraded, isn't upgraded enough, you can lift off slightly, but just take note that you shouldn't be braking that much into this corner. Okay, so for this next corner over here, I prefer to brake somewhere about just after the P0 sign. Okay, I want to brake just after that P0 sign, and then I will just try to go as wide as possible and cut in on the apex. Right, hit the apex as usual, and then exit at the very edge of the circuit. Making use of the track limits is so important to making sure you can get as much speed out of this car as possible. Now this breaking point is one of the most difficult breaking points in any F1 game. I've been playing the F1 PS4 games and it's so easy to lock up in this corner. Fortunately for F1 mobile racing, there isn't a lockup feature, so that is fine, you won't lose traction, but this corner is quite tricky to take. What I do is I look at the left side for reference, okay? So on the left side right now, you can see a van on the left, on the very left of the screen. You can see a white van and you can see those metal railings, right? So the ideal breakpoint you want to take is when you lose sight of those metal railings and the white van. Okay, so like now on the left you can no longer see the metal railings and the white van. You want to brake over here. Okay, you want to start braking over here, just brake hard, and then you want to go as wide as possible again, like I said, and then cut in, hit the apex, and exit out onto this back straight, and hit the DRS button as fast as possible. Although I don't really think hitting the button a second later will make much of a difference on F1 mobile racing, but still, maybe if we could save that 1 millisecond or something, just hit that button more quickly. Okay, inside this corner, I usually brake just before that 50 meters brake point, or I brake exactly at this 50 meters braking point. Okay, and then like I said, this concept applies all the time. Go wide on the entry, and then you hit the apex, and then exit out at the edge of the track again. Okay, and then you want to just make use of track limits, cut in over here, hit the apex, right the curb on the exit, and then over here my braking point is, you can see just on the right side, the Rolex, okay, the Rolex signs. So I brake just after the Rolex signs. Okay, so I brake here at the Rolex signs, and then I slowly turn in, right? I slowly turn in, hit the apex, and you will feel the slingshot effect. You can feel it. Okay, you're gonna see it later when I go for the fast hot lap. So that's how you want to take that corner. And then for this final corner leading up to the back straight, it's so important to maximize the exit because that is going to affect how fast you go on the back straight. So the exit is more important than the entry. Now what I do is I brake at 75 meters braking point. Basically, you're gonna have this 75 meters imaginary braking point between the 100 meters and 50 meters braking point. Okay, you don't want to brake too late, because like I said, it's gonna compromise your exit and it's gonna cost you a lot of time. So you want to brake at around the 75 meters braking point. Depending on how well your car is upgraded, you can adjust it a little bit, but I prefer to brake over there, and then confidently hit the apex and ride the curb. Okay, don't corner cut, but ride that curb nicely and then exit at the edge. So this is how I take the final corner, and that helps me a lot on this back straight. Okay, so now I'm gonna be retrying to show you an actual fast hot lap using the braking points and the tips that I've just described. Okay, so the fastest lap time I actually did on this was 1:29.0, but hopefully I can replicate that today. Okay, so this is what I mean, right? If you cut too deep into that corner, that you try to cut the apex too much, you're gonna end up corner cutting, which causes you to lose a lot of time. So I'm gonna replay again. Alright, so this is one thing you need to take note into the first corner, right? Don't ride the curb too much because you might corner cut, but you want to ride the curb as far as possible to maximize your exit. So brake around the 100 meters braking point, hit the apex. Okay, that was a nice one. Okay, and then you exit out onto make use of the limits of the track. Hit the DRS button. So over here you want to brake at about over here, hit the apex. Right, you can see the slingshot effect. We managed to gain some time on the AI. Now over here I'm going to do it flat out, make use of the edges of the track, and then brake at the P0 mark. Alright, you see, I may have lost time on the entry, but I just got such a good exit that the AI was left behind, and then brake over here when you can't see that van, hit the apex nicely and open up the DRS. So as you can see, obviously the AI is better upgraded than mine. on the back straight, but we can always do better by taking better braking points and better racing lines. Okay, so hit the apex, exit at the edge, brake at the Rolex, 4th gear, slingshot effect, okay, and you see how much time we've gained on the AI. But obviously he's gonna catch up again because like I said, they're better upgraded than my car. So over here, 75 meters braking point, take through 4th gear, hit that apex, then we managed to gain some time on this AI, but really it's too well upgraded. Okay, so this is a 131 point something because it's not really a very good start. Okay, so hit the, oh, that was too deep, that was too deep. Alright, so that's what I mean. I kind of braked a bit too late over there, but we managed to salvage it. Now brake at that red color thing, and then you get the slingshot effect. Now through this corner, just try to go flat out, make use of the edges of the track, brake at P0. Oh, that was brake too little. So I'm not able to make a perfect lap, but just generally showing you how each different braking point and each different tip works. Yeah, so of course it's kind of hard to put in a perfect lap really, unless you spend a lot of time playing this game. You invest hours in it. I personally don't invest a lot of hours in this game. I just play it whenever I'm free. But I think these are some of the tips I have. And so you can see that slingshot effect again, right? We managed to gain some time on the AI. And then through the final corner, brake at 75 meters brake point. Right, maximize the exit. Ooh, look at how much time we've gained. Alright, on Albon, okay? Hit the DRS button. And we're gonna finish this lap. I'm gonna go just one more lap so that we can see which one of our laps was the fastest. We can see the fastest time. So brake at the 100 meters brake point. Alright, hit the right the curb, make use of the track limits, open up the DRS. Down this back straight, brake at the curb, turn in, hit the apex. I take this corner at 4th gear usually, and then over here this chicane, I'll take it flat out or just lift off slightly if you think you're losing traction, then brake after the P0 mark, turn in nicely, exit at the edge. Alright, that was a good one. We're pulling the gap away. Okay, so now I can't see the metal railing. I turn in. Ooh, that was a little bit too deep. But just don't go onto the sand, right? Just try to salvage it as much as possible. If you miss the braking point, just don't go onto the sand. Right, so now 50 meters braking point, turn in. Wasn't the best apex hit, but okay, that was okay one. Now we just hit the apex, make use of the track limits, brake at the Rolex, turn in. Wasn't the best apex again, but will do. Now on to the final corner, braking at the 75 meters braking point, right, riding the curb without cutting the corner, making use of the edge, the edge of the track, open up the DRS, flap, and let's see what is our fastest timing. So our fastest timing is 1 minute 30 seconds and 48 hundredths. Is it hundreds? I think it's hundreds. It isn't the best lap I've managed to put in. The best lap I've managed to do was a 129.06. Of course, not all the corners were perfect this time, but I just wanted to briefly just take you through the important things to note and some reference braking points when you're going about the circuit of Bahrain. So that is going to be it for the circuit guide today. And yes, annoying advertisements again on F1 Mobile Racing. Yep, so let's just skip through that. And alright, that is going to be all for today's circuit guide on the circuit of Bahrain. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope this will be of use to you. And you can always come back to this video and check the braking points again if you need to confirm anything. Okay, so I wish you all the best on the circuit of Bahrain. Hope this video has been of help, and remember, if you'd like to watch racing content, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like and a comment, tell me how this video is like. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.